How's it, guys? This is Davey FPL and welcome back to the Fantasy Deadline stream. Just let me know if the audio and the video sound okay. It's not the usual setup, but it's just going to have to do for today's live stream. As mentioned, I'm still in Oz. Let me know if the background music's too loud, too soft, if the voice is too loud, too soft. I need to adjust some settings, so don't worry. At least the light is still okay. It's not too bad. I usually have a lot more lights, so which makes me feel bad because the hotel lighting is sufficient enough. But hopefully you guys are doing well. It's been a couple weeks since I did one of these live streams. Decided to hop on today because Game Week 6 is going to be probably one of the most important game weeks of the season. Everyone's on the wild card. Probably a ton of questions on the wild card. I'm not wild carding personally, but that doesn't mean that I can't help out you guys. So if you have any questions, post them in the chat and we will get onto all the Game Week 6 goodness. Potential early team sheet news might come about. Speaking about kind of news coming about, thank you, Philippe, for becoming a legend member for 21 months. Good luck and have fun, Davey. Can you tell us what wildcard team would look like after all the information? Okay, so what I was thinking about doing potentially is actually building a wildcard draft for you guys. Now, there has been a lot of prices that have changed throughout today, especially. Last night's price rises was super kind of volatile. So I'm going to make a team with the price changes, and then I'm going to make a team that you guys might be able to afford if you kind of use the wildcard a bit earlier on and got those price changes in. Also, just let me know if the stream does die because it's giving me kind of red lights, but I think it should be okay. So just let me know if the stream does die. That way I can just kind of correct whatever's kind of happening. Okay, so let's build the actual team here. I think this will be quite useful. Let me just pop chat up again. Okay, so you have, no, so Cash, okay, sorry, I do apologize. One thing, don't look at the graphic above me here. I just didn't have time to update it. I was pretty rushed, so don't worry about the 1.5 million in the bank. I don't have that. I think I have 0.4. You guys can see 0.4 on the top screen there. That's how much I have in the bank. I do apologize. That's my bad. I just didn't have time to update it. Okay, so big news that came out today was that Raya potentially not traveling with the squad. I saw Andy just came out like 10 minutes ago and said that he was at the team hotel. Don't know what to say about that, but for the time being, I'm just going to assume that he's not kind of starting. So let's put Flecken in. I think that Flecken's a good option at 4.5. He's not the best in the world, but I mean, it is what it is. He's a cheap goalkeeper. I'd go for the backup goalie. Mbuma is going to be your third Brentford option. So Alexander-Arnold is going to be pretty set. Instead of going for Howard Bellis, I would have gone for Greaves. He has risen in price though. Okay, he didn't rise in price. You can still get him for 4.0, but I would then go for, this is a debating point. You guys can go for the double up in defense from Arsenal, or you go for the double up in attack. I'm going to go for, let's kind of build both and see how our team would change with either of them. The midfield for me is pretty kind of standard. I think you're going to be going for Saka. Then you're going to be going for, who don't I have here? Semenyo. The midfield is super template. There's kind of nothing you really can do about it. There are a few changes potentially, but I think it's pretty kind of standard. I think this, it's template for a reason, and that's why you guys should probably go for it. Okay, Raya arrived at the team hotel. Okay, that's okay. So then maybe he could be in here. Okay, yeah, I see that Tika Taka Connor has posted a video of Raya at the hotel. So don't really know what that means though. Yeah, I don't really know what that means. Thank you, Vincent, for tagging me in that though. Okay, I was priced out of Vardy by the Watkins rise, panicked and bought in Delap. Not happy with the move. Yeah, kind of I mean, it's an okay move. I just worry about kind of Delap's rotation because it seems like he's been rotated quite a bit. But as far as I know, Ipswich's fixtures are pretty good, so might not be the worst thing in the world. Northy, no, I'm not wildcarding. My team is this team that you see on screen right now, and I'm pretty set on it. The only thing I want to talk to you guys about is captaincy because I might be going for Mo Salah. Actually, let me just do this quick. Okay, let me make a poll. I'm going to make a poll for captaincy. Who is your captain? Okay, and I'll be honest, guys. This isn't who you want to captain. This is who you actually captaining. There's a few options you can go for this week, but I'm just going to go for the main 3. I'm going to go for these main 3. So vote now. Who's your captain at the moment? And while you at it, like the stream. We only have 20 minutes left, but it might help me out with the algorithm slightly. So let's go back to making the wildcard draft. Okay, so the midfield is complete. That's pretty standard. In terms of their attack, this is where you can go a bit different. I'm going to go for Calvert-Lewin at 6 mil. You guys can go for Chris Wood as well. I'm just going to pencil in Calvert-Lewin because he's cheap at the moment. Now it's where we decide what to do. We can either go for the double up in defense, or we can do the double up in attack. If you're confident in Raya playing, you can even go for him in the goalkeeper position, but I'm going to raise caution around all the news you've been getting about him at the moment. Okay, so I think let's go for a Havertz draft first, because that could be okay. So you're going to go for Kai Havertz, then I would go for, let's see if we can get Lewis in here. How much do we have to spend? We've got 4.4, so this is slightly less than what we would probably want, but then I think you just go for Mikalenko at 4.3. You could go for another 4.4, but let's just stick with this for now. I think this team looks pretty good. I think it's you got enough rotation in here. The midfield rotates pretty nicely. Calvert-Lewin when he doesn't have a good fixture, like Rodgers when he doesn't have a good fixture, Semenyo, those guys can rotate together. And then your defense, it's pretty standard. You're going to hope that Lewis plays most games, but if he doesn't, Mikalenko can maybe kind of deputize for him. But you can still afford this team. It's good. I got 0.1 in the bank, so if you have a little bit of a worse team value, you can still afford it. So this team looks pretty sharp. So the only thing now that you might want to do besides this is you might want to go for a change in the defense in the forward department. So let's take out Havertz and let's take out Lewis, and now let's go for Saliba. So this is if you want to go for the double up in defense. You're now given 7 mil. In terms of this position, if you have more in the bank, you can go for someone like a Jackson. You can go for Dom Solanke. Dom Solanke is probably the one I would look at if you guys have enough money, but I don't. I can't afford him. I only have 7 mil, so I would probably just go for maybe Chris Wood then. He comes in at 6.2. He has good enough fixtures. This gives you 0.8 in the bank. You can maybe upgrade another position, upgrade a Mikalenko if you don't like him, but let's face it, you're going to play probably Saliba, Gabriel most game weeks anyways. I think I slightly prefer the Havertz draft. I think that offers you more of an attack when Arsenal have worse fixtures. I think that they might score goals, but they might concede. So I would favor Havertz now. With Raya, he could get saves, and that's what redeems him over someone like a Saliba. So I think I prefer the Havertz draft, but this is a variation that you guys can go for. I'm just going to kind of switch it around to what I prefer. And then this is going to be the base for what I would do if I was on the wild card. So this is a good talking point, because now what we can do is we can compare this to our current team and maybe just talk about why I'm not wildcarding. I'll get to your guys' questions shortly. Sorry, I realize I've been yapping a bit, but this should help you guys out for your own team. So if we were to compare our team to the wildcard draft that I just did, it's Henderson versus Flecken, which in my opinion is pretty kind of 50-50. The defense, though, might be slightly worse. Gabriel versus Pedro Porro. Gabriel miles better. Mikalenko / Lewis versus Konza. I think Konza's got an okay game. Ipswich away, though. Might not be a clean sheet, but I'm just hoping for one. Then in the midfield department, it's probably Semenyo versus Rodgers, because most people are benching Rodgers. I wouldn't. I probably would just bench DCL if you guys have him up front. I would play Rodgers over DCL. He has the better game. Then it's Eze versus someone like Luis Diaz. So Eze versus Diaz, I mean, probably give it to Diaz, but I mean, Eze is playing Everton. Even though Branthwaite might be back, it's his first game back. He's still quality, but I don't know if he'll be kind of redeem that Everton defense that much. So I'm fine with Eze over kind of like a Luis Diaz. Mbumo, everyone has Mbumo. It's Salah versus Saka. That's tight. I mean, Salah now might be favored because of the lack of Wolves defenders at the moment. Then up front, it's going to be Havertz versus Watkins. Watkins still has a good fixture, but Havertz might be a 50-50. Everyone has Haaland. It's Vardy versus a DCL, which I would give DCL. I'm just hoping. I said this over on Twitter. The things I would do for a Vardy goal are pretty bad. Let's just put it that way. I just hope that Vardy scores, because that's going to wipe out those Arsenal clean sheets that I hope he does, that I hope he actually does. So, yeah, Jordan, I mean, they're going to keep it, but just remember, I might wildcard next week. So if I don't wildcard now, which I won't, we've got 15 minutes left, I might wildcard next week, or actually today. Tomorrow my time in Australia, but I might actually go for the wildcard straight away. Let's just see what happens. I want to see what games kind of occur, how the team is kind of assessing. But I might actually activate the wildcard chip today and catch some price rises already. So that's my current strategy at the moment. But yeah, that's me. My yapping is now complete. You guys can post your questions down below. In terms of the Captaincy poll, we've got Haaland on 67%, we've got Salah on 21%, and we've got Saka on 12%. So what I want to post to you guys is, who do you think is the best captaincy option? Because I'm currently tempted by Mo Salah. I won't lie to you. Everyone selling Salah has kind of made me potentially go for Salah captaincy. I don't know what you guys think about that. You guys might hate it, you might love it, but Salah captain for me might actually be what I go for this week. Can you do a wildcard draw for Game Week 7? Yeah, I'm going to do a wildcard draw for Game Week 7. It's going to look similar to the one I just did, but I'll probably do that next week. I don't think it's worth doing now. It is similar to the Game Week 6 one, but I'll have more information. Maybe I'll go for Raya then if he's fit next week. So what is your team this week? So Flames, the team this week is what you guys see on screen. But I'm thinking about going for the Salah captaincy, I won't lie. That's the change. But you guys can let me know with a yes or a no. Should I captain Salah over Haaland? Yes or no? João Pedro to a 6.3 and under forward. Who would you go for? I'd go for DCL, I think. I think I prefer DCL slightly to Wood. Philippe, same question you guys are going for. Alexander saying, boss, go Salah, have a safe weekend. Thanks, Alexander. Would you change Jota to Mbumo if you haven't made the change yet? Would you change Jota? No, I would keep Jota. I think Jota plays. I spoke about this in my team selection. I would keep Jota now. I might do another move. If you have the same team as me, though, I don't know what move I would do. Captain Vardy, bro. No. Yeah, like, actually, maybe I should. Maybe gets a Hattie against Arsenal. Imagine the scenes. No chance in the stream, no, AJ. I'm just deciding between Salah and Haaland. What's the expected points for Salah and Haaland? Jacobus, it depends on what site you use. If you use Fix, it's saying Haaland's better, but if you use Review actually has Salah, I think, now as a higher percentage. That's one thing I want to actually talk to you guys about quick. I don't know if you guys can see this. Just let me know if you can. Okay, you guys can briefly see this, but this is the change in the SpreadX odds, and you can see that Liverpool now are at the top. Let me just make this slightly bigger for you guys so that you're going to see the badges. Okay, so Liverpool now have the highest projected points, goals, sorry, for Game Week 6. They overtook Arsenal at 2.65, so very close between Liverpool and Arsenal, but compared to Man City with 2.2, I mean, if Haaland gets 2 of those goals, then, I mean, you're golden. But let's just say Salah maybe is involved in some. That could be potentially quite strong. So at the moment, I'm potentially looking at a Salah captaincy versus a Haaland one. You guys can also see the clean sheet odds. I'll leave this up for a little bit if you guys do want to kind of analyze. But we can see Arsenal, ridiculous chance of a clean sheet, 55%, followed by Liverpool at 40%. Then we have a team like a Bournemouth, Man City, Nottingham Forest also high percentages, as well as Aston Villa. So those are the teams that are kind of leading with the odds. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game week with all these wild cards. But yeah, I'm actually very tempted by the Salah captaincy. Dorici with the 13 gifted memberships. Thank you again for donating and gifting. Let me just check here. Okay, this is good. Vincent was not gifted a membership, so he hasn't freeloaded another one. So yeah, Akil, Ashmeet, Jolly, Skydiver, Ahmed, Dana, Sugar Ray, Zakir, Jankster, Hashir, Glenzede, and Etrius690. Congrats on the memberships, guys. Finally become a legend member, Salah Captain Slamming. Thank you for becoming a legend member, Slamming. Sabi saying, is Eze a good bet on the wild card? He's a fine bet. I think I'd probably take a punt on something like a Luis Diaz rather. Wouldn't be there next month, so doing it now. DeRicci, absolute legend. It's that Aussie FPL manager, Davey. DeRicci's an absolute legend, says Gary Cooper. Thank you for the membership. DeRicci, you are so generous on these streams. My #1 supporter on the memberships. I do always appreciate it. Thank you once again for all the support. And haven't done a live stream in a while, so feels good to be getting back. Part of my mini league sharing. Better to get new members than super chats. Yeah, DeRicci, they're all good. I really don't mind. Whatever is easiest for you, I'll probably say. But thank you, so I do appreciate it. Okay, I'm just going to check Twitter quickly, guys, before kind of locking in the team. Yeah, it looks like Raya has been spotted. So you guys can risk it if you want to go for Raya. So it's just, I guess it depends on what you want to go for. I think that if Raya was going to start, I would go for him. But with the speculation, I think I might just go for Flecken. So do we captain Haaland or do we captain Salah? That's the question. Do we go for Salah or do we go for Haaland? It wouldn't be a live stream without a bit of worry. Watkins or Havertz for Isaac? I'll probably go for Havertz. How much in the bank? I've got 0.4 in the bank. Let's go on to the actual team, because I'll probably have to go post it over on Discord relatively soon. DCL or Vardy? I'd go for DCL definitely. Captain Haaland, says Martin. No money in the bank. João Pedro to India or Raul Jimenez. Or play Porro and bank the transfer on wildcard next week. No, I probably would take a punt. I'd go João Pedro. Can you do Evan Nielsen? The last 2 times I captained Salah, I pointed him. Okay, is that good or bad? Early kickoff. Nah, yeah, it's the early kickoff. It's the early kickoff glitch. I think I'm going to be going... I think I'm going to go for the Salah captain. That's what I think I'm going to do. I don't know. It's so hard not captaining Erling Haaland. What's Salah's ownership now? 43%, still pretty strong. I mean, Haaland's a 72%. That's going to be, what, a captaincy of 140. Amongst the better ranks, it's probably going to be a lot higher. I mean, his record is just ridiculous. Look at this. 9, 13, 17, 17, 7. Salah hasn't had the best form recently. Do we go for the Salah captain? Don't bet against Haaland, says Martin. Is Fabio Carvalho nailed? I don't think he's the most nailed player, but he should be getting some minutes in the future. Do we go Salah or do we go Haaland? If Haaland bangs, it's going to be bad. But if Salah bangs him, it's going to be good. I don't think it's wise to go Salah, Davey. Says Joe. Yeah, I mean, Haaland has been in great form. Yeah, I guess. How's it? Would you start Wood or Rodgers? I'd probably go for Wood now that he's on penalties. Look at Wolves and look at Newcastle. Flip a coin. Yeah, that's the thing, is I was worried about the Newcastle team. Like, both teams look tragic. Like, Wolves look bad, but so do Newcastle. Yeah, I think I'd probably just stick with Haaland. Maybe owning Salah would be... Maybe owning Salah is good enough. So is Lewis starting? Okay, so Rico Lewis starts, guys. Yeah, so Rico Lewis starts as well as Haaland. That's what we have. I'm just going to post the team quickly to Discord. I'm not being antisocial. So I think we just stick with Haaland. But Salah does tempt me, to be honest. I think everyone's gonna be on Haaland this week. So maybe like if Salah does well, it's still gonna be good. Ings in for Vardy. Kevin, is Ings gonna, as far as I remember, Ings had a little bit of concern. Lewis or Konza to start. I like the Man City defense. If you want to check kind of the odds, they have a 2% higher chance than Aston Villa. And Konza is also less attacking than Rico, so I would just go for Rico. Let me just check. Sorry, was there another message I missed or something? Start Lewis. Yeah. So I would start Lewis. Now that he's guaranteed to start, just go for Lewis. -8 for Semenyo. Who are you taking out, Rafa Reza? First time taking -8. Maybe don't go for it. Not worried about the 12:30 curse. I am a little bit worried. But, I mean, I don't feel like Newcastle are that great. Would you trade Vardy for Evan Nielsen for -4? I was looking at that, Lal, but I don't know. I think I might just stick with Vardy. The -4 for 1 week could be a bit rough. We already had a Spurs meltdown. I'm hoping that Vardy scores. I mean, that's what I said. I'll go mental if Vardy scores. That's so good. Emil Smith-Rowe. I know, I'll just keep Smith-Rowe, Rafa Reza. Go for Salah, Dave. You have a really strong feeling, Naveen. Also, it's just 3 minutes to go. It's a bit hectic. Can't go to Evan Nielsen, but can only go for the same price or cheaper, looking at Diego Jimenez or bank a transfer and play Porro. It's just Porro doesn't have that much upside, to be honest, Adam. I would try and go for a player that has upside. Which is a more attacking player, but between those selections it looks pretty thin. I might just go for Jimenez and then just play Jimenez. Is Reyes starting? I don't know. It hasn't been confirmed. How's it, Davy? Rodgers or Mavidi on a wild card? I go for Rodgers. I think he's great, but Mavidi has good fixtures. But I just trust Aston Villa slightly more. Gregory saying go Salah. It'll be a comfy weekend after Haaland bangs in the early game. That is true, but yeah, I don't know. I just think that owning Salah might be enough now with how many people are taking him out. But it could be. I mean, if Salah does outperform Haaland, that'll be insane. Early kickoff jinx. Yeah. I mean, I think there's I swear the early kickoff jinx does not apply to Erling Haaland. Slim, I only do it for the legend members, so that's just one of the conditions I've done throughout the past few seasons now. But yeah, I understand that it can be frustrating, but it just allows a few less people maybe to not get the same team. Early kickoff jinx, yeah, that is true. Brother, gotta shoot. Cheers, Adam. Thanks for joining. We've got 2 minutes left though, so just make sure your team's locked in. Any transfers, Jag? The only transfer I did was Mbumo in for Jota last week. Why Winks before Bellis? Oh, that is true. Sorry. Let me fix that. I don't think it matters too much, but let me just tweet that. Last thing, appreciate you fellow South African in Sydney. Do you stay here or are you also just here for work? Start Rodgers or Solanke? I'd start... That's a tough one. I'd probably go for Solanke. Yeah. No worries, Adam. Enjoy your day. Is Munez must out? Yeah, Winston, I'll take him out. Why Winks before bet? So Sammy, sorry, I answered that question. Thank you though for saying. Why Lewis not a Kanji? I can't afford Saliba. Lewis just might be playing out of position, Daryl. Might be a bit more exciting. Duran, good. Can't afford Watkins. I just go for DCL or Chris Wood if you can afford him. Isaac to Havertz from -4. That could work, especially if you're going to keep Havertz for a while. A kill, exactly. Go Liverpool and go Boca. That's what I'm hoping. Will you let us know if you do activate the wildcard? Yes, I will, Jacobus. I'll probably do it on Discord. I might not do it on Twitter, but I might do it on Twitter. Just follow the price changes on the website. That'll allow you to kind of get the teams better. But yes, as Siddharth is saying, TUPD, it has been a shorter stream, so I do apologize for that one. But don't worry, because I'm flying soon. So next week I am going to be back. So I'll be doing the normal live stream, potentially with the wildcard active. That's going to be quite exciting to potentially have. But yeah, Sammy, thanks for that about Harwood Bellisby does sub on. Rafa and Reza says too risky. Yeah, I stayed on Holland captain at the end of the day. Got the transfer with 10 seconds to spare Daryl. Hopefully you gets you a lot of points. Thanks, Vincent, as you are saying, TUPD. Have a good weekend. Thanks, Harry. Do appreciate it. As well as Gary. Are you using the wildcard this week? I potentially will, Chad. I will announce it though, probably on Twitter. I'll say wildcard active, but just follow the price changes to get those price rises and price drops. Thank you, Siddharth, for the kind words, but I'm probably going to end the stream because you guys are probably tired of me absolutely yapping. But yeah, thanks for joining this. I can't say it was probably the best live stream, but it was slightly entertaining, I think. Let's hope that Salah bangs. I mean, I hope the Salah outperforms Haaland, to be honest. I will take the regret of not captaining him, but I hope Salah absolutely does well and Arsenal concede to a Jamie Vardy hat-trick. Let's put it out there. Let's dream big, guys. But a Vardy hat-trick will be so good. Where do you live? Wilson in Sydney. I'm staying in Bondi. That's where I was hosted. Please update every move in the week. Yes, I will. If you're on the Legends chat, then I will do it. But I'll try and do it for the non-Legend members as well on the Discord server. But yeah, just follow the price changes, guys. But yeah, thank you for joining. Hopefully Game Week 6 is an absolute banger. And I'll be seeing you guys next week for all that Game Week 7 goodness. Hopefully the green arrows in our favor. But for the time being, I'll be signing off. It's been Davey FPL, and I'm out. Cheers. Bye.